Hola amores, bienvenidos a mi canal. Welcome back to my channel. For those that are new here, my name is Madeline. I also go by the name of Maddie on my social medias, Insta and YouTube. I am so excited for this video because I filmed for you guys my routine on how I get sleek and straight hair. If you guys are interested on how I get this beautiful hair, then please keep on watching. Before I begin, I'm gonna let you guys know what I do before I straighten my hair. So normally I sleep with my hair wet, already washed and cleansed, and then I make sure that I sleep with it either in a braid or in a nice little round bun at the end, and then I make sure that it air dries. So this is my air dried hair. It's frizzy, it's dry, but it's manageable. Like, I don't mind walking out of the house like this at all. Like, it's just me. I'm gonna mention a couple products before we get started that I use to achieve this sleek, straight, shiny hair. I use the Dove Style & Care Smooth and Shine Heat Protectant Spray. I also use a Garnier Fructis Sleek and Shine Anti-Frizz Serum. I really love these products to use them before I straighten, just so that I can get like a lock to my hair that allows it to not frizz. Because of the fact that I do live in a humid state, my hair does tend to frizz after I straighten my hair here, so those things prevent that from happening. So I like to do that before so that I can lock it in while I straighten it. I also like to use a wet brush. Mine is really old. And then I also like to use the Beyond the Beauty straightener. This I purchased at like a convenience stand at one of the malls in Massachusetts like 4 years ago, and it's been my ride or die. I haven't changed it even though it is broken. It's really old, but it works, and this is what gets my hair to be extremely straight, and it also allows my hair to not get frizzy, which I love. One of the cool things about this is when you do straighten your hair, from your roots to your ends, the oils come down with it because of the type of plates that it does have. And then you will also need hair ties, and if you wanted to, you can also use little clips like this to clip up your hair while you section it. All right, so let's begin. All right, to begin, I like to first section my hair in two, and then I like to brush out any tangles before we begin. The next step that I do is I part my hair. I'll be parting my hair from down below in small sections, just like that. And then what I do is I take my hair tie, I wrap this guy in a bun up here. It doesn't have to be perfect, trust me. And then I part my hair in two. Another cool tip I like to tell you guys is to always brush your hair from below up, because any tangles that you have, you don't want to cause breakage by going from above down. I'm gonna apply my heat protectant. And then I take just a small amount. You really can't see that, but it's just like a dime size amount. And then I just apply it to my ends. If you are like me, I like to allow my straightened hair to last for about 5 to 7 days before washing. So I like to apply it to my ends because obviously with time your actual roots get greasy and then those natural oils come down. So I don't want to look like a grease ball. Working with this section here, I'm gonna part this in two. So I do sections just about this amount of hair here. And then I go in with my straightener, and I also like to grab my hair like if it was a comb. So I dig my nails in there like this, and then I make sure I hold it, and then with the straightener I go all the way as close as I can to the roots, and then I go really slow. This is how I get like that very sleek straight hair, because of the fact that I go really slow. And then you see this is nice and straight. But Since it is me and I do have frizzy hair, I like to do at least 2 or 3 strokes with the straightener before I move on to the next strands. And towards the end, I like to just curl it in like this. So that's that for that one piece. So now you can see the difference. This is how I get that really nice, sleek, straight hair. I'm gonna do this process again to the next section, and then I'm gonna speed through the bottom section, and then we'll move on. Okay, so now I'm just gonna move on to this section here. Just make sure there's no tangles. And then I split this in half. And this seems a pretty good amount. Take the straightener, make sure it goes really close to your roots, and then I go nice and slow. Just make sure you're curling in those ends. Alright, so this is what I do to get this sleek and straight hair. I'm gonna move on with the rest of my head. When I get to the top of my head, I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys the steps that I take to get this part here really, really straight. So let's keep going. I'm gonna start now the top part. What I do here is a little bit different than what I normally do. Since it is a big chunk, I'm going to spray this down first with heat protectant. And then I'm gonna take this, but I'm only gonna put a very, very small amount, and it's only going here, because I don't want my roots to get greasy, because I hate that feeling. So now I'm just gonna grab this little section here, and I go section by section now. So I just leave that hair floating around over there, and then I brush this out. And this seems like a pretty okay amount of hair, but split that in two. I go as close to the root as possible and then bring it down. That steam that you see is the heat protectant because it's wet. Every time I do the same technique. Now for the center part, right there. So that's the center part. Alright, so here at the very top, I take very small sections. I close, I curve it so that I could get like a nice little curve. And then just repeat the 2 and 3 strokes. Okay, now to the last strand. Feels like forever.